There's my numbers. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to YouTube. This is Francine. And let me spell that for y'all because I saw on one of my other videos it said Feinstein, and that's not my name. My name is Francine, Funcine. That's my name. So, again, welcome to the channel. This is Grow from Within. And I welcome you all to hear and see uh, how our everyday lives are in fact connected to what we call the Bible. So please understand as well that my truth is what I know by experience, with messages brought to me by way of my Holy Spirit, the Spirit within me. And oh, let me turn that. I don't know how to turn that jibby off. I hope this doesn't interfere with y'all hearing my message. But yeah. Um, again, the spirit that resides within me is uh, a connection that I have with God to give me messages, right? Based on whatever I experience, whatever I read, however I see things in the world. And so spirit talks to me in that way. And so in the world so busy like now, people don't really take the time to go within, which is if you're somebody who wants to be able to connect with your spirit. Just when we say go within, when people say tap in, a lot of us don't know what that means, because I was one of those people until I researched it. And so basically it means to go within or to tap in is to kind of uh, just kind of go to a quiet space and do a meditation. A meditation basically means that you're clearing your mind of everything. You're not thinking about anything. You're not stressed out. Your whole body is relaxed. You're comfortable. Uh, how else can I explain it? And this is just off the top of my head that I'm kind of really explaining to you guys what this means. So it does sound a little complicated, but it's not hard. It's actually simple. To meditate is a simple process, but I think we kind of shy away from it because we really don't understand it. So basically, when you pray about something, that's a type of meditation as well, but it's in the way of words. It's in basically, yeah, prayer is the type of meditation when you speak. Meditation is when you're not speaking and you're just kind of still and quiet, right? So again, in the world it's so busy, people don't really take the time to do that, or at least take a minute or two to go within and kind of connect with their higher self. And that's basically what you're doing when you meditate. So at times, of course, I do have, issues with neglecting my inner self time, and then I have to get back on track and then go back within and do my meditation and connect, because I want to be guided in the right way, regardless. As there's people out here that want to guide you their ways. That's not what you want, not unless you can really just trust these people. But anyway, long story short, I'm at peace when I do it. It helps me to make decisions, and the best part is that the divine just really provides a freedom, a type of freeness that you really can't put a finger on. It's something you have to experience for yourself. And so just let us stand in doing well with the intentions of doing no harm to others. Then we can look forward to being blessed and in a way that our Creator intended for us to receive from Him, right? And so, again, let me see if I can lighten this up. I really can't see how to do. Da, 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 da. Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna fool with that. So okay, here we go. Today's message, we're going to talk about when someone decides to make a change, right? And so basically, what that means is to put off the old man and put on the new. So this is of course, something that affects me and anyone who may hear this message. But I myself am learning this process and believing that my children will not have to deal with most of the trials that I had to. So to me, if I can break some generational curses to assist with the next generation and not having them be exposed to as many creepy things as I did, then that's what it is. That's what my goal is. And so we are aware that things come by way of our choices, right? But I'm referring to spiritual obstacles and, of course, again, generational curses, in which we are given the abilities and tools to overcome. But first, you got to be honest with yourself. If you can come to an agreement with yourself that something in your life needs to change, you know, so if you can at least do that, then basically, then you're ready to make your change. But a lot of people can't even come to the agreement and be honest with themselves to say, hey, I need to make a change. And then they just leave themselves where they are. Anyway, this is not a segment of judgment either. So just to clear that. But if someone or a person is comfortable where they are, then no change will come. And I believe in a higher power, uh, and that is the creator of all and everything, right? So in the literal standard version of the Bible, we read Ephesians 4:22. I'm gonna just go with the scripture real quick. So this scripture, Ephesians 4:22, says this: concerning the former behavior, you are to put off the old man that is corrupt and according to the desires of deceit, and to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And I had to repeat that because, when we used to go to these churches, they never really would make it plain that it's the spirit of your mind. They would stop at be renewed in the spirit, and that would throw me off. But anywho, the scripture says again, concerning the former behavior, you are to put off the old man that is corrupt according to the desires of the deceit, and to be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and to put on the new man, which, according to the Most High, was created in righteousness and kindness of truth. So he's telling us right there, he created a people in righteousness and kindness of the truth. So basically, what I'm getting from this is that when we come out with our truth, the truth that we understand, and it's in alignment with the Most High's word, then most definitely the other two must follow, suit, like chain reaction. The righteousness and the kindness must, be there all hand in hand with the truth. And I think it's an automatic. It just happens. It's probably a universal law or something God already got set up. But anyway, for this reason, uh, it goes on further. For this reason, putting away the lying and so forth and so on. I would just have you pull it up and read it because it's pretty long. And I just stopped there, because it's pretty stretched out there. Because lying is not the only thing mentioned that we should adjust, if that's something that you're doing, or myself. And so all God is asking us to do really is to remove all the negative habits and just replace them with positive habits. And so of course we know we can't do this all at one time, and overnight. It's a process. It takes time. So in other words, you have to be patient with yourself even. So it's not going to happen right away. And then once you begin your change, you don't allow anybody to push you away from making your change. If that's something you're doing, then you're deciding that it's not going to benefit them. Okay. So in my younger years, I talked about trying to blend in with different crowds, right? But there was just this invisible wall preventing me from going too far. And so the many traps that were set before me or placed before me were basically ways leading to trouble. And I mean real thick, deep trouble. The kind that follows you all throughout your life. And in which I don't even want to imagine what that could have been. But at the same time, I still had a mind to believe like this. What would my kids think if I was a mommy in and out of jail? If I was a mommy on the streets doing this and doing that? If I was a mommy having company, going in and out of my house? My children will tell you, growing up and even in their adulthood, they've never witnessed my front door flapping about because of company. My door would flap about because of my children. I have 6 kids. Now they're grown, but that would be the only reason why that door would go back and forth because the kids was going in and out. Mama, I want to go outside. Mama, it's cold. Mama, I want a glass of water. You know how that goes. But you get the point. And so that's I never really wanted to see my children view me in that light. So I don't remember how my spirit guides even um, connecting connecting with me at that time. I knew there was a presence there, but at the time I didn't even know they were called spirit guides, or angels or whatever. I didn't really realize how real they are. But somehow I still knew because of the presence, there was a heavy presence that it was peaceful. It wasn't a scary thing, but I knew there was another presence there. And even now, I pay attention to what I entertain. For instance, when I uh, decide to look at TV and pull up a movie or something, I kind of now view it as a challenge for me to really watch television and kind of decode what they're actually telling us, because they're telling us tell a vision television. They are telling a vision. If we look at it in that sense, we could actually see, a message within the actual show or movie. But if we're just kind of loose minded and allowing it to just be entertainment and entertainment alone, then you're looking at things a whole different way, a whole nother side of things. And so, um, as far as what people think about my changes, I don't. I don't care. I don't really I just don't care because I mean they didn't really give a damn when I was in my low vibrational uh ways or state. And then now, they still not satisfied. So I mean that's what it is. Well, what you gonna do? How you gonna satisfy these people who don't care if you do or if you don't, you know? And so my changes were nudging me to, let them out here and there throughout the years. And so being a spiritual empathic person, as I was able to feel others' emotions and hurt and always wanted to solve their problems and help, always wanted to help. Well, I can fix it. I always thought I could fix people's stuff. That was my problem. I wanted to fix the world. And so I had to realize that that's too big for me. I can't fix the world. And then still I had to realize that it was people around me that really didn't really want to be fixed. They were just using. But anyway, uh, as I realized that I was able to feel others' emotions and hurt, I realized that my feelings were kind of put on the back burner, you know, and knowing that my life was not going the way that I wanted, I had to make that decision to put me back up on the forefront. I was so blind to how I was going to begin too. So let me explain that. When you realize you need to change, then you kind of sit and think, well, damn, where do I start? That's how I was. I was blind to like, where do I begin? How do I do this? And, I had so many questions, but somehow I got, my feet planted on the change and just started little by little, I check something off my list and then I'm going for the next thing. So, really, at that point, then I continued to just coast through life, just doing my best with what I knew, knowing right from wrong. And so, one thing I did discover is that uh, the generational curses that we are born into is the thing, we call sin in the Bible. But once you are bold enough to see the curses in your family, then I believe confidence follows to help you uh, to not maybe fall in the same path or mimic the same behaviors. So, in other words, the boldness begins when you're able to see it in a sense. And I'm just only explaining to you how I saw it, because some people are not bold enough to see their elders' wrongs, in other words. They are afraid that they're, going to be in a disrespectful mode, or they're afraid of whatever you have because they are your elders, they're adults. It takes a boldness to really see the generational curses in your own family. And so from there, it takes the confidence, to say, hey, you know what? That's not the road I want to travel down. And you have to do it with confidence and let nobody, kick you off your road. So that's what I mean by that. And so, um, if you stay in the continuous, cycle of never healing, then, those generational curses don't go away. So be strong with preparation, kind of prepare yourself. If you need to write stuff down, that's a good thing too. For those who will approach you to say, you trying to be a Miss Goody Two Shoes, or that you think you too good, or you better than everybody else, I don't get that. Why is it that when people try to do something positive for themselves, that it becomes a problem for others? That just makes no sense to me. And so at that point, clearly it's seen as their personal problem. It's something they don't like. They want you to not change. They want you to stay who you are. And that makes them comfortable, and that don't make sense. But I'm like Jay-Z, his saying, uh, what you eat don't make me shit. So what's the benefit in that if I change and go back to who I used to be to make you comfortable? For real, where's the love? Come through, Jay-Z. Anyway, if um if the Most High has instructions for us to change, then who are you to become upset when somebody decides to change for the better? The Most High says it with forgiveness in his instructions, even. He already knew beforehand, and aforetime, that by him simply saying and telling us to put off your old sinful nature, which is corrupted according to its desires of deceitful lusts, and to be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and to put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness. That was Ephesians 4:22 and 24. So he gave us those instructions. It's up to us to go ahead and change. If you don't want to, then you stay where you at and then see where that gets you when come time judgment day. That's not a good look. That's not going to be a good look at all. And so it's refreshing to make the changes and really continue living them. And once you just get accustomed to doing, different, it becomes your lifestyle, and it's not something where you're kind of pushing to do the right thing based on your changes. And some are hard, some are hard to break, and some are not hard to break, just depending on who you are and what you're doing, what you're into. For me, I used to use food as comfort. I would comfort eat when things would bother me. Now I don't do that. I've controlled it. And also, I used to drink a lot of wine. I used to drink so much wine, and I thought I was doing something because I was grown. Child, I was tearing my insides up. That's all that was going on there. But I used to drink a lot, thinking that was taking me away from, things that I couldn't control, the different woes and stuff. And like I told you, through my life, I've been, it's just experiencing a whole bunch of different funny attacks. And I didn't know what it was. Now I know what it is. It's because I am a chosen one. I know who I am. I know who I am at this point in life. And so I'm going forward and to continue learning who I am, which is really exciting. Whew. If I had known I was, whoo, child. Father, Mama God, boy, I tell y'all, find out who you are. Go within and then start doing research on who you are. Because I'm telling you, when you find out who you are, it changes everything. But anyway, because I'll get off track easily. And so uh, I had, I would use the wine and the food. And then when I realized that it wasn't doing anything, but making me even sicker, I had to realize that a change needs to be made. And so I looked no further to try anything stronger because I could barely even puff a marijuana joint and be okay with that. I can't even do that much. But at this point now, for me, it's easy to go within when I get uh, upset, or if there's something that I can't control and I don't know what to do. When I go within, the Most High kind of just controls it from there and just takes the wheel for real. So that's what I found for me. And like I say again, I tend to get off track. Things will sidetrack me, and I'll get uh, a little neglectful, and then I have to, kind of check myself and say, okay, get back on track and keep going. And so again, like I say, it's a process. But I revealed to you guys that my old self didn't know about my self worth or self value, whereas my self care kind of went, mm, it was half and half. Uh, but I kind of released a lot of my monetary resources to whomever was in need. Again, like I say, I was always wanting to fix others' problems at that point, but I made sure to keep my basics, and everything, things that I needed for me and my family. But it still took out of what we could have had over. Anyway, uh, I placed, I realized I placed my upkeep on, the back burner, and that is a sign, of somebody probably probably hiding their pain from my experience, and that it's never funny to someone, it's never funny when somebody is like doing a certain living a certain way or driving a certain car or not doing the things of the popular group or keeping up with the Joneses or whatever they call it. In fact, I don't have a desire, to keep up with the Joneses. I wear what I wear, but I had to make a change though to really realize that I was in a state of probably depression more than likely, and it was time for me to turn it over to the Most High and really heal myself because I couldn't go to different counselors to get healing. Um, their ways of healing was off track. It's just too secular for me. It wasn't spiritual. It wasn't guiding me in the way that I should have gone, and it still wasn't helpful. It wasn't helpful at all. So I had to really self counsel myself out of my depression and pick myself up by the bootstraps and kind of do some research on how to heal myself. And that's what I did. I'm really proud of myself. And most definitely, I know the Most High is probably proud of me as well. But again, when you decide to make that change, the Most High will bless you and place the angels over you on another level when you go ahead and take that step, as you're allowing the angelics to get closer to you. And so, and at that point, too, we really start to enjoy life on another level for real that I really can't describe. You just have to try it yourself, and show thyself approved for real. Um, and just, uh, make the change for you. So that was it. That's what I have. And that was my message on putting off the old man and turning on into the new, renewing the spirit of your mind. And so basically, that is to really just let your spirit, you know, talk to you and commune with you and just tell you secrets uh, from the kingdom of the Most High. And a lot of times you can't put it in wording. It's something you really have to experience for yourself. So, yeah, that was my message. And I'll probably come back with another video if I can here. Stay on track and not let the surroundings kind of bog me down into uh, straying away from my my channel because I kind of like doing this. I really do, and eventually I'll get people watching. But right now, again, like I say, it's a self help thing, and while I'm releasing, I'm healing. So it may not be the people right now, but it's okay. But at the same time, this is information that I've used regarding my experiences. So I'll talk to you guys later. And I love you. You can share, subscribe, and like either way. And I've learned how to mess with the chat. I think I need to get another device though, and then mess with that while, when I get some people on, then I can actually be in the comments with you guys. So I'm learning this stuff just kind of off the dome because when I go into the YouTube tutorials, they're different. And again, I think I'm a little dyslexic, so I'm seeing something uh, kind of scrambly. So it could be me. I'm not blaming YouTube, but um, and then too, I could be used to just learning stuff the hard way because all my life I've had to do things the hard way and never really done things in easy shortcut way. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea if that exists. I'm so I'm so used to doing things the hard way. And that's not a good thing. So this year, 2022, hopefully that will change for me. But I'll talk to you guys later and deuces.